How do I do it all? The Brezza gives me the power.
At this stage of your career, when you've achieved as much as you have at the back of the Champions Trophy, and how do you kind of stay motivated, stay focused on an IPL, which he's won 5 of as well?
As a batter, you are always motivated, especially the kind of form he has been. There have been ups and downs in his batting recently across the formats. And that's when you feel that as a batter, if you're not performing well, it hits you. And especially if you're not on the field, because as a player, you're always used to be on the field, but he's someone who is just batting and not fielding. So that also affects the mindset. And as a batter, if you are not on the field and you are just batting, and if you get out, that plays even bigger on your mind. So as a batter, you are always motivated and you always want to perform. So he's someone who is...
There is a chance that he's also choosing to not field, right?
I don't know about that.
But he shouldn't, you're saying. It's better if he spends time.
Yeah, because it makes a difference. If you're on the field, you're a bit more active, and you also get to know how the pitch is behaving. I mean, you're looking from the dressing room, but when you're on the field, you get
it's a different feel.
Yeah, it is. And it makes a massive difference when you are batting.
Even for someone so experienced.
Yeah, it does. And I know that I would really struggle to play that role as an impact sub, where you're literally walking out into the game in the second innings. I think one of the benefits of batting second is that you've been out there, you've assessed everything, but also your heart rate's been up. Like you've been up with the tempo of the game, whether that's diving around in the field or just the ball pinging around past you. I don't think it matters. I think it gets you into the game somewhat. And I think to walk out of the dugout cold would be a really difficult place to be. I know some players, like Travis Head, he loves doing it.
I was just going to say, what do you think Travis Head and Mitch Marsh are thinking watching this clip, right?
Yeah, but I think it's totally different for each individual. I'm saying from my point of view, I would really hate it, even for the last 5 overs or something, just to be out on the field. And
I think that they've started doing off late, like get him in maybe 2 or 3 overs once they know their impact sub bowler is done.
Yeah, and I think that's really important to get up to speed with the game, because as you get older, you do start to doubt yourself slightly at different times, especially if you miss out a couple of times. And one thing with Rohit's game at the moment, I feel as though he's setting up for a particular ball that he wants them to bowl. And if it's not there, your reactions are just slightly off. And I know that I certainly went through this at the back end of my career, is that you get into a position where you think, right, this is a ball that I want first up, and it might be a cut shot, or so you start hoping for that. So you're late to react of everything else, and your mind is just not 100% as clear as what it is when you're a little bit sharper, you're a little bit younger, and you're playing well with no cares in the world. You're just reacting. Whereas I just feel as though Rohit's trying to force it a little bit too much.
Is there any extra pressure when you're playing at a time of your career where there's constant scrutiny outside about how much more time you have left or how much longer will he play? Does that at all add to when you play?
I don't think so. I mean, not too much phases Rohit Sharma. He's seen it all. He's done it all. I think that regardless of what the format is, he's entitled to dictate when he finishes up. Whether that's IPL, whether it's international cricket, he's earned that right. Is a legend of the game. So I don't think it matters too much, to be fair.
Would he ever be the kind of batter who would sit down with the analyst or try and, with each opposition, look to make a plan for himself? Has that ever struck you as what Rohit's method is?
No, it's not his method, and he likes to bat with his instinct, and that's the way he should go about it in T20 cricket, because I'm not denying that as an individual you need to assess few things, you need to assess the opposition bowlers, but at the same time it has to be your strength, because Rohit has never been a guy who would try and assess the opposition. He wants to bat the way he feels which is appropriate for the team. And his approach has been very clear lately, which is a big positive, because he knows that he just wants to bat at a strike rate of 160, 170, and which is not going to change. Even whether he succeeds or whether he fails, he is not going to change that. So there is a lot of clarity in his batting, but at the same time, the last game which he played, it looked like he was moving a lot better, he was timing the ball better, and I'm guessing that this innings, this particular game, it could be a turnaround for him, because this venue he had seen a lot of success, and with the pace and bounce which kind of suits his batting, he will have a good game.
My thing is, at the moment, it used to be if you bowled slightly outside off stump, he would carve you away behind point, or he'd back foot drive you. at the moment it feels like he's just trying to drag everything to the leg side.
Yep.
And
Yep.
the bottom hand comes in, you lose your shape a little bit and you lose your instinct. So, I mean, you think, even as recently as the T20 World Cup, you think Mitchell Starc slides one slightly across him and he pumps it over cover. And then he comes a little bit straighter and he whips it over mid-wicket. Like he was looking both sides of the wicket. I feel as though at the moment he's just looking leg side to dominate. And if it's not there, he's getting a lot of edges that are flying over the slips cordon and over short third. So if he just starts playing that cut shot in particular, he'll be back to his best.